The slow death of mass media. An autopsy conducted live on air. Mass media is not dying quietly. It is dying loudly, with breaking news banners, dramatic theme music, and an endless parade of experts explaining why everything is fine. The patient, however, has long lost its pulse. What we are witnessing is not a sudden collapse caused by the internet, social media, or the attention span of modern audiences. Those are convenient scapegoats. The real cause of death is far less glamorous, a catastrophic loss of trust. For decades, mass media claimed a near-sacred role as the arbiter of truth. It spoke in authoritative tones, framed reality for millions, and reminded viewers, subtly or explicitly, that questioning the narrative was irresponsible. Trust us, it said, we have sources. Over time, however, those sources began to look suspiciously like each other. Different networks, same headlines. Competing newspapers, identical talking points. Diversity of opinion was celebrated, so long as it remained safely within a narrow corridor of acceptable thought. Then came the age of the internet, and with it, the great betrayal. Audiences discovered something unforgivable. Mass media was not neutral, not omniscient, and certainly not infallible. Mistakes were made, yes, but worse, mistakes were denied. Corrections were buried. Accountability became a public relations exercise. The audience was no longer treated as citizens, but as demographics to be managed, emotions to be nudged, and outrage to be monetized. In response to declining credibility, mass media did what any enlightened institution would do. It doubled down. Instead of rebuilding trust, it rebranded skepticism as extremism. Instead of asking why people were leaving, it accused them of being misinformed. Viewers who questioned coverage were no longer curious. They were dangerous. The message was clear: trust us blindly, or you are part of the problem. Meanwhile, the audience quietly walked away. They didn't leave because online creators were more polished. They left because independent voices, flawed, chaotic, and sometimes wrong, at least sounded human. Podcasts replaced panels. Long-form conversations replaced sound bites. Imperfect truth became preferable to perfectly scripted narratives. Mass media mocked this shift as unserious, even as its own ratings slid beneath the crawl at the bottom of the screen. The irony is exquisite. Institutions that once warned against propaganda now insist their version of events must not be questioned. Networks that preached skepticism now demand obedience. Journalists who once challenged power increasingly appear to manage it. The watchdog has become a house pet, well-fed, groomed, and obedient. And so mass media continues its slow, dignified decline, blaming algorithms, populism, and the internet, while ignoring the mirror. Trust, once lost, cannot be fact-checked back into existence. It must be earned. And trust is earned not through repetition, but through humility, an unfamiliar concept in newsrooms built on certainty. This is not the end of journalism. Far from it. It is the end of journalism as performance, as priesthood, as unquestionable authority. Mass media is not being silenced. It is being ignored. In the attention economy, that is the cruelest verdict of all. The cameras are still rolling. The anchors are still confident. The graphics are sharper than ever. But the audience has changed the channel. The funeral is ongoing, broadcast live, of course, by the very institutions that refuse to admit the patient is already gone.